Alright. I've gotten water. We can continue. Dot, 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 dot. A teen didn't like the direction of my story, so he came and beat me up. This is the worst thing that ever happened to me. And bear in mind that one time my leg was bitten off, and I tragically lost a sister to murder. As such, I must admit to being succumbed to a new low of depressing emotions. As a tortured artist of so much talent and talented promise, and intellectual daring, and cultural magnitude, there can be no doubt. This is my nadir. The blacklist ball before the hole. Hold on. Okay, I don't understand this reference. Is this like a is this a math term? What the fuck? Who gave this man a goddamn thesaurus? The blackest ball before the hole, the dark night of the feelings. I bust my cherub hump for you people. Day in and day out, I bring home the fucking bacon. I accomplish enough premium content to choke your gluttonous candy holes, which serve to barely muffle your noisy cravings for more and more. And I do this for what? Ungratefultude. I know what the crux to this horrible problem is. It is that I am misunderstood. The atrocious haters and weak children will say that I am a monster, that I am the biggest bad guy, and that my evil crimes need to be stopped using tantrum punches. But no, I'm just a simple artist. Sure, some of their lives have some correct qualities. Yes, it is true, I hate many things, and want them dead, like all non-cherubs, who are me. Yes, I mostly want to see every living thing turned extinct in bad ways. And okay, I've also been a sucker for making funny murders happen. But those are really just hobbies. They don't define me. This is feeling really Hitler-esque. This would be like what? I don't know. If we were to look through the timeline, the 40th Reich or some shit. I hugely insist that I walk the path not of a villain, but of an artist. I bleed the blood of a craftsman. I sweat the stuff of a gentle soul, and I weep the tears of a poet. And like any beautiful art poet who is in a struggle of creative calamity, I must retreat to my craft. I will fall back on the fucking basics. Form, line, angle, more lines. Or form, line, angle, line, and more lines. Additional angles. I will regroup. I will rebuild my vision. Oh my god. From Pixel 1, I will reinvent myself as an artist, and again I will rise. Pure art skill. Are those all straight? I don't know. If those are all straight lines, I'm impressed. But like a phoenix from the asses, play on words. The asses belonging to the haters, of course, which I handed to them personally with my strong bare hands. And so I bide my time, perfecting every aspect of my craft, polishing while demolishing, honing while owning, and in time, you will see my masterpiece. But the thing is, oh Jesus, is he leveling up as we go? Is that actually happening? You're shitting me. There's no way in hell. Masterpieces don't come cheap. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a Kickstarter. Haha. No, I said blah blah. I'm a sensitive artist. My soul is crying, stuff like that. But let's face the crass facts. I'm a goddamn businessman, and art costs fucking money. And so I will need you to plunge your grubby fists far down your money pockets and donate generously to the next and greatest act of Homestuck. You won't be disappointed. As we speak, my closest friends and allies are digging deep and chipping in, totally optionally, or else. The savvy cash giver will also be pleased to know. Ugh, fuck. Alright, hold on. Shit, come on. I gotta find like a QR scanner or some shit. Oh, God. Oh, wait, no, those are Bitcoin addresses, aren't they? Ah, fucking hell. Also, are Cal coins real? Because now I'm interested. How has no one made Cal coins? There's literally calorie coins. Whatever. Am I destined to be the cryptocurrency maestro who makes Calcoin a real reality? The future is now. Fuck a boon buck. I only use Cal dollars. Or Calcoin. Whatever. The savvy cash giver will also be pleased to know that I'm graciously accepting Cal coins, the bleeding edge of modern imaginary currency, which I recently made up with my computer and can confidently claim to largely understand. Please stand by very impatiently. Oh, my alarm went off. Pardon any noises you may have heard. Through the next lengthy barrage of non-important stuff, I will be using lots of fancy software money to craft my swan song. Tune in next time on Homestuck for the thrilling and artistically unbelievable conclusion of Homestuck. Bye forever, almost. What's the fucking... Alright, so everything's all fucked up. I'm pretty sure you can find this place on the Void map right about now. Giant fucking candy corn and shit. Wait, what? Why are... Oh, is this an... Okay, I guess it's time. He's moving over time. Oh, shit. I wouldn't have even noticed that. Fucking passage of time and... Just shit has gone fucking poorly. Ah, he has found... he's found the older... Strider. There we go. Couldn't think of the name. Hey there, you Dave's bro. Funny story, for the longest time, I didn't know anything about Homestuck, and I assumed Dave Strider had something to do with the Capcom game. And I didn't understand it, because I did eventually play Strider, and it still made... Well, it made sense, but yeah. Whatever. Hey, did you hear me? Where is everyone? I'm John, by the way. John. Could you please just leave me alone? What? Why? I don't understand. Do you know what happened here? Yeah. Wait, hold on. Did I miss some other massive epic images? No. Oh, that's right. I failed. Oh, God. The universe is literally de-resing before our eyes. really weird time to switch back to this form, but even if for a moment, the God, okay, sure, fine, whatever. What happened to Rose? Mom? Mom, please wake up. It's me, your daughter, kinda. Please don't die. Rose. Oh, she's not dead? Don't bait me. Don't bait me. I'm not ready to have her just fucking W. What happened to me? The witch got you with her fork, but you're gonna be okay. Oh, that's nice. Cough. Maybe you shouldn't try to talk now. You saved me, didn't you? Thanks, but she's gone, isn't she? For good, I mean. I saw her die, and it's a shame how. Cough. It's a shame that I never even got to tell her I loved her. Who? Anya. But you too, Mom. You too. Heroic. And she's gone. Is she? I'm sorry. I got here too late to do anything. Because as far as I may think I've come, I still don't know what I'm doing. Dave's bro in the funny pants was right. But not about himself. I was the one who let everybody down. I'm the failure. It's me. You saw Dirk? Where is he? He was back there, floating near all the exploded planets. He told me to leave him alone, so I did. And now he's stuck somewhere inside all those shitty glitches, which just keep getting worse. Do you think we can get him out? Is he like... He's like my only friend who isn't dead yet. I don't know. I have been able to clean up some glitches here and there, but they're everywhere now. It's like the whole universe is corrupted. Or more than just the universe, you know what I mean. There's no way I can use my windy powers to blow it all away anymore. And even if I did, then what? Everything has gotten so fucked up. Yeah. Sigh. Poor Rose. She was always too brave for her own good. This is exactly what happened last time. Last time? It was years ago when Jack killed our parents and we tried to fight him, but we were strong enough to face him yet. So he killed her. At least that time I could bring her back to life. How? Just like using a certain method that is not an option anymore. That's the weird thing about this for me. I'm sitting here looking at my dead friend and it's really sad. But at the same time, all of this has already happened before. The death and tragedy and stuff, getting painted into the corner of yet another unwinnable situation, it keeps happening, and I don't know how to stop it. Yeah, me neither. But we can't give up, right? I mean, we've all been in worse situations and gotten out of those, right? Have we really? Well, no, I guess we haven't. I guess this, like, may be quite literally the worst thing that's ever happened. I mean, not to put too fine a point on ranking things, but this is about as unbelievably shitty as it gets. I keep thinking about what I could do, what I could have done, or what I could still do if somehow I could learn to control this, or like, even better understand this. This stupid, zappy, retconny, whatever it is. Blah. John, yo, chill. Chill? Yes. Maybe we should try to, like, not worry about shit so much anymore. Why not? There are so many problems. I know all about the problems. And we are both way brave and all. I'm sure between us we have proved that hella many times already. But man, I never wanted anything more than to meet my mom. To meet Rose, I mean. And just be with her and talk. And try to understand this bond I felt like we always had, but never ever know without knowing each other. I kept getting so close, dreaming about her, waking up too soon, and finally, the last time I woke up, it was just in time to see her die. It's like the witch was holding out just long enough for the dream to feel like a real possibility before taking it away. Then you take that ultra sad thing and pile on all the other brutal manure, raining down on this epic shit charade. And I've got to say, John, this is starting to feel an awful lot like the end. The end? Yeah, whatever the end of the road feels like has got to feel like this. Maybe we should just admit to ourselves this is probably what it's like when you find yourself in a timeline where everything went wrong. And it means you're doomed. And the only thing left to do is face the fact you have to ride it out into nothingness. Stop worrying so much and try to let it go. You mean like, what do you mean? I mean, accept that we lost. Admit that the people we wanted to be with, the life we always wanted, it was never gonna happen. Except maybe in the afterlife. Our friends are there, Callie's there, my mom's there. Why shouldn't we be there too? Why not just let the doomed timeline work its gloomy magics and slip away into nothing with the rest of this mess? That is some dark shit. Perezi? Whoa, are you okay? Doof? Ooh, what a headbutt. Fix this! This was your home? Mm-hmm. Well, sort of. It looked more realistic when I lived here. Ah, yes, I recognize it now. It's just like Jake's home, but with less foliage. Foliage? On his earth, these hills were covered in trees. In yours, I suppose, there was more care given to landscaping. Huh? That's interesting. Is it? Um, I'm not sure that it is particularly. Yeah, I guess it's not. But it is very nice here, even if it is only a stylistic approximation of your home. Pity there are no trees, though. I have never actually seen one. You haven't? Come to think of it, I've never even seen a plant. Plenty of meat, though. Meat was left for us in a great supply. Candy, too. But nary a planet for as far as the eye could see. That sounds horrible. When I was a kid, I grew up with plants all around me. But I was very lucky. I guess I took all the nice things about my life on this island for granted. I even had my own garden where I grew flowers and vegetables and fruits and such. What else is there? What else is there? Fruits, vegetables, flowers. The fuck else can you grow? A tree? That is all I ever ate, the things I grew myself. Oh, but I will admit to having developed a taste for meat since coming a dog. Meat is very good. For all the complaints I might have had about my childhood, near exclusive subsistence upon raw flesh is not one. But then I'm sure that comes with the territory of being a monster, huh? I didn't mean to change the subject. Please tell me about your garden. My grandpa set it up for me in the atrium. I would spend hours tending to my plants and playing music for them. It was one of the places where I was the happiest I can remember being. I miss that garden. What happened to it? It blew up. And then I built my house way up on top of where it used to be. In the years since that happened, I thought about rebuilding it as a way to pass the time on my long, lonely journey. But I was too depressed to grow anything. Yes. I believe I can sympathize. What sort of place did you grow up in that didn't have plants? Was it a desert? Well, of sorts, yes. It was Earth, actually. My Earth was much less hospitable towards life than yours. I'm sure I was the only living thing left on the planet. That sounds lonely. It was. But didn't you say meat was left for us earlier? Oh, was someone else there? Yes, technically, but he was only there while I slept. Who? My brother. Oh, I had a brother too. It's funny we keep discovering ways that we are alike. Yes, but not so much in this way. For one thing, you and your brother never detested each other to my knowledge. Also, you and he spent most of your lives apart. To you, I'm sure it seemed a cruelty to grow up so divided, but to me it would have been a great liberty. This is where you and your brother lived? Callie, when you said you were a monster, what did you mean? Were you just being hard on yourself, or did you mean that literally? No, I was being rather literal about my true appearance. I see, and your brother looks the same way too, I take it. Yes, we look identical, though he was surely more a monster than I. He still is. Was this his tooth? Yes, it was once mine as well, but that is a topic which would require some elaboration. To tell you the truth, I would rather not talk about my brother or anything from my past, really. Dwelling on it for long makes me feel very anxious. That's okay. We don't have to talk about it. It's just, seeing this tooth and listening to your voice, I think I'm finally starting to remember something. Oh, what do you remember? I remember you. Me? Yes, I'm quite sure now that we met once before, while I was asleep. It was you, and yet it wasn't. Do you mean to say you saw my true appearance? I think so. Egad, I hope I didn't frighten you. I was a little scared at first, actually, but it was not so much because of what you looked like. Your voice was the same, and I can tell that you are basically the same person she was. Yet, you seemed so different, so much more serious. Also, you were a god tier. What do you think it means, Callie? If that was you, but not quite you, then who was it? That was a version of myself I could have become, but for whatever reason did not. She is the one I'm supposed to find. Oh, I should not have done that. Anyway. But it would seem you found her first. I see, an alternate universe version of yourself, yes. The version who was able to defeat my brother before he could commit his mayhem. That makes sense. No wonder she was so, well, no offense to her. But you are much friendlier. I was that bad, was I? Or, ahem, she. Not really. It was not long at all before I could tell she was good. Actually, the more I think about it, the more I'm starting to remember about the encounter. She had a lot to say. What did she say to you? She mainly told me stories. She really seemed to like telling stories, so I think your personality must have been there somewhere. You don't, by any chance. You want to know if I remember any? Yes, it's coming back to me little by little. I think I can retell some of them. Hey, I have an idea. Why don't you help me out? How? Do you have anything to write on? A pad of paper or such? I think so. One moment. How's this? Perfect. Okay. I'll write the words and you can draw the pictures. Oh, what a good idea. Yes, where to begin? If I recall, the first story was about how she defeated her brother. But I don't remember much about that one. And maybe you don't even want to hear a story that has to do with him. That would be in the way in which she and I differ. In my story, it was the other way around. That makes sense. The rest of her stories, I think, were meant to account for the differences in the way her life went. Oh, how interesting. Now I am very curious. Smiley face. So she went on to tell another story, not one about your brother, but one about mine. It already sounds like a much more pleasant story. Well, not exactly. This is the story about how he died. The powers you were talking about earlier. Huh? Do not hum me, Egbert. You look like an idiot. We both know you are no fool. Hmm. Oh, but we both know you're no fool. Hey, I wouldn't argue with her, John. She's all bloody and she clearly means business. Okay, you're right. Yes, Trezzy, I agree to the fact that I look like an idiot, primarily because you seem badly wounded and angry. Are you sure you're okay? Shut up. On Rose's rainbow candy planet, you appeared and said you had the ability to change things, to alter history without dooming the timeline. Oh, yeah. The thing with that is, wait a minute. Trezzy, are those Jade's shoes? Maybe? Maybe? Yes. Yes as in yes, or yes as in maybe? Yes as in maybe. Trezzy, why are you wearing Jade's shoes? Where's Jade? Jade's dead. Oh man, not Jade too. Are you sure? Yes, John. You mean like dead dead? Everybody's dead, John. Everybody? Even Dave? He's dead, John. Everybody's dead. Everybody's dead, John. So, Jade, Dave, Carcat, they're all, even the cute mare guy who Dave loves so much. John, let's not do this. Damn it. Well, did you actually take Jade's pulse? You know, she does like to sleep a lot. I sniffed both her and Dave's poignantly overlapping torsos very carefully for a human pulse. Alas, I found none. Oh, and then you decided to take her shoes? Yes. And you thought that was an appropriate thing to do. Why exactly? John, her shoes were red, sparkly, and delicious. I am only flesh and blood. Ugh, you're such a weirdo. Why are all troll girls so weird? Every single one I have met is some kind of depraved lunatic. All the troll boys I have met are just some lame weenies, though. Well, except for Carcat. Carcat was great. May you rest in peace. Don't fucking say that. What? He's not dead. But you just said, I mean, he doesn't have to be. I did not come here to bathe in the repugnant attitude of a defeatist dork. I came here to force said dork to use his incredible and totally unprecedented powers to set everything right, even if it means stabbing him until he complies. Okay, you don't need to stab me, really. Don't you think I want to? We just lost everybody we cared about. Of course I want to go back and change things. I have no idea how. That is not my problem. Just as a lack of stylish, gemstone-studded footwear is also not my problem, as of precisely today. These things are your problems to solve. Both the pitiable lack of command over your zappy prowess, as well as the grotesque pair of banana loafers on your feet. What are those? Urgh. I freaking hate troll girls. John? Oh shit. What? Have you ever seen your denizen? No? Well, I almost did once. What happened? I was tricked into going to see him early by a blind prankstress who shall remain nameless. But at the last minute I was talked out of it by a pal from the future. I wasn't ready to see him yet. I would have died if I did. Okay, but like, what if you are now? What if I'm what? Ready. I mean, if now's not the right time, then when even would be? I guess you have a point. Would that actually accomplish anything, though? Don't know, man. I'm just spitballing here. There's supposed to be these ginormous monsters that you either fight or you listen to their riddles and they help solve all your problems or something, aren't they? More or less. I think their purpose is a bit more mysterious than that. Or I guess, like, more majestic? Majestic? I don't know. I'm probably not the best guy to ask about denizens. Jade met hers, but she was a sprite, could explain it better than me. Didn't you ever talk to your sprite about them? Nah. Me and Fafita never talked much about that stuff. We mainly traded lame puns and talked about our shitty love lives. You did? What kind of sprite did you even have? Never mind. I did not mean to touch upon yet another sad subject. Anyway, maybe you're right, and my denizen could help me with these problems. But at the same time, there are so many problems. Even if I learned to control my powers better, we would still have to deal with all this glitchy bullshit. I could zap around and fix everything, but if it's all still garbled, how would I even know if it was fixed? Maybe you're right, Roxy. What if it's all too much to overcome this time, even for Typheus? I have heard enough. John, you have slandered our troll males as weenies, and while I could not possibly dispute this characterization, today I listened to excuses from none other than the Supreme Weenie himself. Ooh. You will go see your denizen at once. Ask him to help you understand your powers, and accept whatever price he demands. This is not negotiable. God, alright. I was going to agree to see him anyway. Can't a guy just think out loud a bit before making a big decision? No. Wow. Okay. My bad, I guess. Yes. Stop thinking. You have always been terrible at it. Leave the mind work to me. Thanks. Fine. Then I guess it's settled. I will go to Loaf's and see my denizen. But what will you guys do? Probably nothing. Nothing? If you are successful, then we will stop existing. I doubt it will be like having to live the rest of our lives in a doomed timeline. Technically, that is what we're doing right now. I presume that since you've been endowed with the ability to rewrite causality, not unlike the mechanism behind the scratch, everything as it is now will simply cease to be. Oh. What? I mean, even though everything in this timeline is as shitty as it gets, that still kinda seems sad. Yeah, I think them is just the breaks, dude. I guess so. What do you think you'll do with the time you have left? I don't know. Shit around all melancholy for a spell? Question my life choices? Probably bury my mom somewhere in the desert, give her a quick funeral, says goodbye to her and everything else, and then curl up into a ball and wait to unexist? Holy shit, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard. Why'd you even have to tell me? Hey, you asked. No, that sucks. Don't do that. Meh, why not? Because it's a stupid plan for crappy idiots. JFC, what a burn. I think I might cease to exist just from that burn. Yes, laugh at my truly sick burn if you must, but everyone's getting on my case for being so defeatist, and that's the best plan you can come up with? I didn't get on your case for being defeatist, though. I was acting tons more defeatist than you on account of the emotion from my mom's tragic corpse. The troll's been the one busting your windsock, remember? It's true, I have been doing that. Yeah, I just think no matter who's going to stop existing when, if I do something proactive, then you should too. Even if only on principle. Such as, why don't you go see your denizen too? What? That's your denizen there, isn't it? No, that's a statue. I know it's a statue. I mean, it's a depiction of her, right? Oh, yeah. So if I'm gonna go see mine, why don't you go see your? Go see Nick's. Why? Why not? Because I'm not the hero with the magic fix literally everything powers that need mastering. No, but you still have things to learn, don't you? Did you ever make that spike ball? No. But what would even be the point of that anymore? I don't know. It's just a thing you were gonna set your mind to, but haven't done. Just like I said I was going to get that magic ring so you can give it to your friend. Remember that? Yeah. I haven't done that yet either. But that doesn't mean I have to give up on that idea. What if, after I see my denizen, what if I could still do that? I'm just saying, you have no idea what there is to learn from her. Maybe finding out what there is to learn is most of what there is to learn. What if making alien spike balls is only the beginning of understanding your powers? what if she can help you channel some sort of incredible voidy thing? Voidy thing. Yes, like a wind thing, but with void instead of wind. What's a windy thing? A windy thing is obviously a bunch of damn wind blowing around. So, you're saying she can teach me to make void blow around? No, I didn't mean that literally. I mean maybe something more abstract. How long is this page? Like, I don't know, learn to phase out of reality and somehow preserve yourself in the void, even if I alter history. So that maybe when the time is right, you can just back into reality. Wow, you really think she can tell me how to do that? I have no idea. I'm just saying, who knows? Not to be a wet windsock, John, but that sounds far-fetched as heck. Okay, yes, probably. It just feels shitty leaving you here to have a sad funeral and stop existing. Sometimes, John, you just gotta throw a sad funeral for your dead teen mom, then stop existing. LeShrug. LeShrug my butt. I'm not going to see my denizen unless you agree to see yours. That's the deal, and it's final. Damn, son. As in, damn, literal offspring of some peeps I know. Shit be strict. Alive Leland. Just do what he says. Pointless obstinacy is a shared familial trait which is most unwelcome at this time. Oh boy. They're getting it. I need this water. My throat is so dry. Alright, okay, fine. I'm gonna go see some big-ass goddess of the night, and if it'll make you get this show on the stinking road already. Already? Whatever. Thank you. That is all I ask. So, now, I guess. Like this exact actual second then? I don't know, probably. Alright, I guess we should, like, go then. Yeah, no time like the present, right? Right. Right. Then, so hey, if this works and I somehow erase you from history, I mean, this version of you. Haha, yeah. If that happens, then, it was nice to meet you? This is fucking brutal. I am not about to spend my final moments slowly bleeding to death while two human dorks, oblivious to their own painfully evident romantic tension, fumble through a drawn-out series of awkward goodbyes. Didn't you just meet, like, today? Yeah, Jeegus, someone flogged me with another shitty clown. I can't take one more minute with you adorable dweebs. You caught me at a bad time. Egbert and Lalonde, any other day I'd be teasing you about this in a playful nature, or a playful attempt to make you both uncomfortable while giggling maniacally. But look at me. I said look at me. Does this strike you as a face which is prepared to giggle maniacally? I am declaring this meeting of tragic yet adorable fuck-ups completely and utterly adjourned. Now say goodbye. Yes, there you go. Just like that. Hey, what are you... Well, you're going to just... Well, you're just going to walk away? How about a hug? Yes, the thing you do with your arms. No, not me. Don't touch me with each other. Okay, just a little closer and... There you go. This isn't... Blast-off research, people. Alright, I think that's going to do it. The goodbye has been secured. I mean, really, how do you even function on a day-to-day basis without me? How does anybody? Maybe they didn't. I guess that explains the mess we're in. Fucking Eureka. Mal. Scarf Troll, you're funny. I hope I meet you again. Or at least some version of myself meets some version of yourself. Oh, excuse me. Oof, what an abstract wish. Fantasy wish giver Dream Christ don't even know what that meant enough to make it happen or not. He and his loyal entourage of religious wizards just shrugging at each other. Okay, so good luck fixing all that shit, John. Anyway, I'm out. Peace. phasing down to the core of this sucker for denizen times. Later, dudes. Bye. Huh. She didn't hear me. She was already underground. But yeah, I guess I will get going too. Thanks for the weird, angry pep talk, Trezzy. See ya. Egbert, where the hell do you think you're going? But you just said, get back here. Okay, dang, what is it? Don't you think we should go over the actual plan first? Or I thought we just did that. I'm going to see Typhoeus. No, you nitwit. I meant what you're going to do if you successfully learn to control your powers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good point. So, what is your plan? I don't have one. I mean, other than go talk to a monster who I presume is a giant snake and see what happens. Do you have any ideas? What do you think I should change, Terezi? I don't know. I really should know, but I don't. Why do you think you should know? Because I am a seer of mind. It's my job to know such things. I'm supposed to... What the fuck is that? Where foresee outcomes of certain actions and guide my friends to victory. But I've never been very good at using my powers. Look at where they've led me. I lost all faith in my abilities long ago. Sorry, John, I'm not sure I can help you. Can you at least try? Try what exactly? Anything, like put your hands on your head like psychics do and just, I don't know, try anything that might help me figure out what to do. I just don't want to be zapping around time and space at random with no rhyme or reason to what I'm trying to fix. Please, Terezi, just try. I need your help. Okay, I'll try something. Cool. I have no idea if this will work or if this is there's any theoretical basis for it working. But I need you to do something to help me try it. Okay, what? Try to hold a certain thought in your mind as clearly and steadily as you can and tell me what it is. A thought. Like, what kind of thought? I don't know, some idea, an image, or maybe a phrase. That might be simpler. Sure. What kind of phrase? Any phrase, as long as you're sure you'll be able to remember it clearly later on. Hmm. 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 Okay, I got one. Good. Tell me. There's no place like home. Okay, I think I can work with that. Now be sure to remember it. I will. Alright, stand back. Let's give this a shot. Wait, hold on. So... Nope, alright. It's not it, so... Fucking... Still don't understand these codes. What happened? Did it work? No. It did not. What am I missing? Alright, sure. It did not. Well, damn. It was worth a shot, I guess. I'm sorry. Can't help you. Can't help anybody. You'd better go. But what will you do? I'll probably just bleed to death in this desert, alone and irrelevant. That's so shitty, dude. What if you... Stop. Just stop. There's nothing more for me to do. I don't even have a denizen to go visit. My friends are dead, and I wasted my life. It's over for me, and you are the only hope we have left. So get out of here. I guess you're right. Okay, off I go then. If I master my powers, I guess I'll figure something out. Don't worry, Terezi. I'll make sure none of this ever happens. I'm starting to remember the things she told me so vividly now. It's amazing what a creative project can do to get your mind turning. What shall I draw first? The land of wind and shade. That is where the story starts. I see. Which story exactly? Her story or yours? Both, as a matter of fact. My story began with a tragedy on Loas, which led to meeting her in the first place. And then she used my memory of that tragedy as a starting point for her story, which turned out to be related. Oh, fascinating. I love stories. I know. I'll start with mine, since that will make everything else make sense. So go ahead and start drawing. What? Lois. Oh, right. How's this? Looks good. Don't forget to put a really tall house poking out of the top. Oh, yes, of course. So you say your story begins with a tragedy. What shall I draw next to depict this tragedy? Nothing yet, I'll get to that. But yes, the tragedy is why I was alone on the golden ship. It was not long after our 3-year journey began. I was relaxing in our makeshift living room, giving John and Dave Sprite some space to themselves for a while so they could catch up. John wanted to visit his home again, so I happily obliged and shrunk them both down so they could hang out in this tiny, tall house. Oh, his tiny, tall house. It seemed like a nice thing to do, but I came to regret that decision more than I've ever made. Or more than any I've ever made. I was minding my own business when out of nowhere, Lois exploded. I couldn't believe it. It was totally inexplicable. There was no trace of them at all. They were both dead. I suppose it must have meant John's death was heroic, but I couldn't for the life of me imagine how. To me, it was as pointless and arbitrary as a death could be. I looked within myself as hard as I could to see if there was some power I had, in all my omnipotence, to bring them back, but I couldn't. They were gone. I would spend the next 3 years on that ship without my 2 best friends. Sure, they were still consorts and chess guys, or there were still consorts and chess guys to keep me company, but the loss was too much for me to bear. I felt so alone. Weeks and months went by. I didn't have the slightest sense of how quickly or slowly time was passing. Any sense of purpose to reaching the destination had vanished, and delicious though it was, no amount of Nana's cake would bring me comfort. Toward the end of the journey, when I was feeling particularly despondent, I fell asleep and had a dream. And that is when I met a very powerful, strangely charismatic creature. Her name was Calliope. As I said, she was somewhat like you, and yet so unalike. Her presence was so serious and grave. Her hollow eyes were piercing, but not hostile. But the prevailing sense I got from her was one of loneliness. Before she even said a word, I could feel it somehow, that this was a deeply lonely soul. Until I met her, I thought I was the loneliest person in the universe. But a feeling told me she had been here by herself for a long, long time. I felt sorry for her, and relating to her plight helped me overcome the feelings of intimidation. So we began to talk. We traded stories about ourselves. She spoke of the brother she killed. I spoke of the brother I lost. And when I mentioned John's death, that is when she became very serious again. She began to recant how John had died, repeating to me the same story I just told you. She described the spontaneous destruction of Loas, which left me alone for years. I wondered why she was recounting this tragedy that happened to me, and for that matter, how she knew of it herself. She went on to say that Lois was destroyed because John's denizens had suddenly woken up. Typhoeus, a monster of truly terrifying power, She said he had destroyed his land and slayed his own hair of breath, not out of malice, but to make a slight correction. I asked her, "What do you mean, correction?" She said that the John from my reality, and his entire planet needed to be erased, that the slumbering denizen in all his mysterious wisdom knew this. She told me that the dreams of a denizen draw from the same well of potential from which every conceivable possibility arises, the same place Skaya gets its power from. So if an agreement with a denizen is reached in one reality, that same denizen in another reality could become aware of it and respond accordingly. It seems that John, somewhere in some other plane of existence, had made just such an agreement. She said that the John I knew, like herself, was only one version of a person, that there was different versions of John from another reality, poised to play a more significant role. You see, the John from that reality, in an act of desperation, had gone to see Typhoeus, and struck a bargain with him. She would go on to explain the nature of that bargain in the next part of her story. But from my perspective, the consequences of this bargain was to lose my friends, and to live with that for years without understanding why. Losing them still hurt, but I was so relieved to at least understand the reason, and to realize their senseless deaths were actually serving a bigger purpose. I thanked her for letting me know. She told me she was not human, and had no frame of reference for empathizing with my feelings. But if there was one thing she could relate to, it was the feeling of being alone, the feeling of waiting for what seems like an eternity by yourself, until finally your purpose presents itself. I feel sorry for her, or for myself, I suppose. But then again, that feeling is nothing new. It's an odd statement she made, though. What? Not having the frame of reference for emphasizing with human feelings. If you asked me, I would say I have the vantage to relate with both humans and cherubs. So when you describe your feelings of sadness over losing friends, I have more than enough grounds for commiseration? I can't even. So, to the great Google and
Commiseration.
Commiseration. Do you think that this version of me never what? Never had human friends like I did? I have no idea. What a strange thought. To grow up with only my brother for company, and not even have my human friends to get me by. What a dreadful fate. The poor thing. Maybe that was the difference. What let her predominate over her brother, whereas I was too, humanly socialized to succeed in my cherubic rite of passage. Could be. I don't know enough about cherub rite of passages to say either way. Human rites of passage either, for that matter. So then what happened? Right, anyway. That's when she began her story in earnest. The one she summoned me in my dreams to tell me. The story of the other John who made a deal with Typhoeus. It began with the same place mine did. Loas. So go on. What? Draw Loas again. Oh, wait, all over again? No, you can just copy the first one you did. What a lovely idea. I'd hate to hold up the pace of your exciting tale with a bunch of superfluous doodling. Good enough, yes, but there also appears to be glitches around. There are also supposed to be glitches around. Glitches? What do you mean by glitches? Like computery glitches, I think. That sounds hard to draw. Okay, why don't we not worry about showing the glitches for this story? They would just make it harder to see what's going on. Which is probably the point now that I think about it. The point of what? I never thought much about it. It just seemed like a weird detail she mentioned. But I guess it was some strange form of corruption in their session that made everything harder to understand. Where did the corruption come from? No idea. I guess it was just one more way everything got messed up for them. Like just another surreal obstacle for a hero to overcome. Oh, that reminds me. You need to draw John there as well. Righto. There you go. One hero. Sans surreal obstacles. Smile. When she mentioned that I didn't give it when she mentioned that I didn't give it a second thought. But now that I'm trying to reconstruct everything and tell you what to draw, I guess when you're trying to tell a story, it forces you to think a lot more about everything than when you're just listening to this. Listening to one. 'Tis quite true. Perhaps you should start writing. How did she begin? Let me think. Maybe we should pause before I go on. Pause? Like some sort of intermission. So I can collect my thoughts a bit to give the audience a little breather between two significant arcs. We were at it for a pretty good while there, after all. What audience? Well, that'd be you in this case. Oh, I know. I can do a quick story about the antics of the silly consorts on the golden ship before moving on. Oh boy. One of the things I did to pass the time on the ship was give them funny names. Let's meet our cast of characters for this intermission, shall we? Let's see, there was Bubble Upicus, Thips Ahoy, Knack Be Nimble, Slowpoke Malone, Jade. Detective Global Budget, Fidgety Herbert, Dr. Snossages, Yiffy Yiff, or Yiff Yiff. Jade, huh? I'm sorry, but I don't care about this right now. Your consort friends are so very cute, and their names are silly, and I love them all, but I want to hear the rest of the story. Please, let's go back to illustrating her story. I'm so curious. Please, 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 yeah. Wow, okay, sorry. Yes, you're right. This is a stupid diversion. Let's continue. Callie, your hand. Oops. Ahem. Pay no attention to that. Do carry on. So anyway, like I said, she just finished telling me that she was able to beat her brother in this reality. But apparently that wasn't supposed to happen. So she lived out the rest of her life in a doomed timeline and eventually died. She didn't mention how. And then she did this kind of fancy transition. Oh, darn, I don't think I'll do it justice. A transition to a story about my brother who was stuck in a doomed timeline too. I think I'll mess it up if I try to match what she said word for word. She had a really fanciful way of putting things. There's no need to try to recite what she said, just tell the story in your own voice as you've been doing. It'll be more fun that way. Okay, so the bottom line was almost all our friends had died, and John's only hope was to return to his planet and attempt to complete his personal quest. As you know, we all have personal quests that are unique to our planets. The nature of the quest is never easy to understand at first. They are presented to us through enigmatic riddles conveyed through the lore of the land. For John, it was to journey to the place where constellations dance beneath the clouds. It was said the hair of breath was to free the stars from the shade and release them into the heavens. This was just a mysterious way of saying what he really had to do. The stars were actually fireflies. They'd been flying around trapped underneath the overcast sky ever since John first brought Lois into existence by his arrival, and paradoxically, they'd been imprisoned there for ages even before that. Such is the way of our lands. They are newly born the day we arrive, and yet they always were. To free the fireflies, John would have to play a special song. It had to It had to be played just right to summon the breeze through the pipes. But there was a problem. The pipes were all clogged with oil. The first day John came to his land, oil began oozing from the core, flooding the pipes and filling the oceans. To play the song, first he would need to clean all the oil, and to do that he'd need to face the slumbering one himself. He would need to face Typheus. But as he wandered through the catacombs down to the planet's core, he wasn't thinking about freeing fireflies or cleaning up oil. He was seeking the help of his denizen to master a power he couldn't control. Luckily for him, denizens always seem to understand what you want, and more importantly, what you need, whether you know it or not. Is something wrong, Callie? Go ahead and draw out Typhoeus. Oh, yes, you do know what he looks like, don't you? I believe I do. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just draw a big green snake monster. A big green snake monster, you say? Yes. A snake monster with the most unspeakably hideous face you can imagine. But you don't have to be too literal about that. Feel free to draw something a little bit more representational. I'm not sure if I am particularly comfortable rendering such imagery. Why not? This strikes me as rather indecent for reasons I would be too embarrassed to explain. That's okay. Why don't I draw it? Very well, but you must excuse me if I giggle. Okay, but I don't see what's so indecent about a big old snake. Lol. Big snake boy. When John got to the core, he arrived to find Typhoeus, awake and ready for him. Giggle. He was presented with the choice. Snicker. Stop, you're gonna make me crack up too. This part is serious. I apologize. Please, snort. Go on. Alright, is this... Oof. Oh boy, it has sound... Oh shit. The corrupted one. His choice was presented as a kind of riddle, spoken in a language only he could understand. Gotta mute that, I'm sorry. Spelling out the conditions he must accept. But speaking from experience, once a player is given the choice between two courses of action, it will hardly feel like a choice at all. If the heart is in the right place, then the right thing to do always seems obvious. So John accepted his denizen's terms, and with that, Typhoeus opened valves to the core and flooded it with oil. There was no way out. He could not transform into wind because he was completely submerged. So he was faced with two possibilities. He could either figure out how to make himself disappear completely using the ability he hoped to master, or he could drown in the oil. Drowning obviously would have been bad, but disappearing wouldn't have been much better. He would appear somewhere else, having made no progress on his personal quest. His planet would still be polluted, and he would be no closer to playing his song. Somehow he understood the only way was to conceive of a third option, an idea beyond the simple binary set of outcomes before him. And interestingly, it was coming up to this understanding which gave him the first glimpse of how to control the power. He realized it wasn't himself he needed to make disappear. It was the oil. He dispersed every drop throughout existence. Oh boy. Hey, all the oils. We're explaining that shit now. Oh, he peed in the apple juice. Whole bunches of shit. Leaving a little mark for anyone who might notice, signifying his final mastery over his confining reality. Man, we've been through some shit, huh? This is really a fucking trip. But more importantly, leaving his planet clean. And the pipes clear. Finally, they were ready to let the breeze flow. so he could play his song. Oh, what? Huh? Oh, what are the ramifications of this action? Also, yes, I do remember the first time John played piano, but yeah, oh, that's a cool tidbit. I would not have remembered. It has been a long time. Alrighty. Oh, we're going back. Oh shit. Oh shit. We again fireflies all over the. Oh boy. We've been here before. It's been a long time. It's Lalonde. Sup? You find a spunky babe. Nope, can't listen to that music anymore. You find a spunky babe in a cool blue outfit hanging out on your planet. She doesn't belong here. What the hell is going on, you wonder loudly. You interrogate the rogue team babe for answers. You mean girl. Rogue team girl. Sup, 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 sup. Oh, so they're all just gonna be sup, sup. Alright. Sup. Roxy? Sup. What are you doing here? Thought you were going to see your denizen. I did. You did? Yeah. How did it go? It went okay. Yeah, what happened? Well, you know, ventured to a spooky subterranean lair for a bit of cathartic and life-altering monster real talk. Okay, that is a funny way of putting it, but yeah, me too. Yep, figured your monster quest happened. I mean, once the black gross shit disappeared and the wind started blowing like a motherfucker. What did your monster say? I mean, your. Hey, maybe we should try to be more respectful about our god monsters. Her name is Nyx. Right. What did Nyx say? Did she speak in the weird babbly language that you could still understand somehow even though it made no sense? Fuck yes, was downright incomprehensible in the most mysterious, understandable way. Ha, she told me this little riddle thing that basically spread it all out for me. Like what my options were and what would happen if I did the options, and like the metaphysical and moral consequences of doing those options. Yeah, Typhoeus pretty much did the same thing with me. Typhoeus was the name of my snake monster, by the way. Ooh, you had a snake monster? Yeah, he was awesome. So did Nyx give you some sort of challenge to overcome, which by doing so you could get in touch with your powers? Uh, which enabled you to appear here by doing like this incredible voidy thing that let you phase out of existence and magically appear with me in this weird plane of reality? Well, no, she pretty much just told me to fly to your planet, so I did. Huh, you mean like you just wrapped up your conversation with her, left your lair, then flew to Loas? Yeah. Okay. LMFAO. I know, right? Wow, what a quest. But when you think about it, it was it was the totes obvious thing to do. I didn't know it at the time, but you were gonna make your whole planet disappear. So if I wanted to keep persisting through your history, altering hijinks, then all I really had to do was come along for the ride. No monsterly night magics needed. Yeah, that makes sense. There were stipulations, though, mad stips, if you will, vis-a-vis buttloads of opaque goddess riddles. Right, you mean the choice thing. Yes, what were the mad stips? She said, keep in mind I'm paraphrasing. If paraphrasing is even the thing you can do with stuff said in an unfathomable monster jargon, that either I could stay behind and vanish into nothingness forever, and everybody in the new reality would inherit all the big time responsibilities, including a version of myself who had no memory of any of this and never experienced all the loss and sadness I just went through. Or I could go with you, but in doing so, everyone I loved would know that loss instead. With whatever that means. Oh! Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Oof, that's a little fucked. Yeah, Typhoeus gave me almost the exact same sort of choice. Something about other people feeling the loss I felt if I accepted his challenge. Which I'm sure is probably not good. But I mean, what else was I going to do? I couldn't just let things stay the way they were. Yes, exactly. Her caveat sounded ominous as shit, but there was something that didn't sit well with me about doing nothing. Accepting her terms just felt right. You know? Yes, so here I am. Yes. Alright, okay. Also, this explains the thing with the, okay. This is, okay, okay, okay. I feel you, money. I'm glad it worked out like this. I was fully prepared to do this alone, to hop around and change things in whatever way. And I would get to see my friends again, even if they don't remember all the stuff I do. Which was a lonely feeling, if that makes sense. But now I'll have someone else to remember the way things originally went. Word. Yes, word indeed. But I know what you mean. It's nice to have like a witness, I guess? Someone to authenticate the rough shit you went through. even if we never end up talking about it again. The fact that at least someone else knows makes it feel like it didn't all mean nothing, right? Because even if it all gets erased and put back all better, I don't think the stuff we went through and the feelings we had meant nothing. IMO, the feelings themselves and the way they shaped us, that all means something. Forget it. Talking out of my ass here. No, it makes sense. And anyway, if nothing else, everything that happened brought us here. The stuff we're about to do, whatever it is, wouldn't be possible otherwise. And that feels pretty important if you ask me. So, all that wind, that was you, right? Yes. I don't see any glitchy trash. Guess your humongous blowy spell did away with all that grody nonsense. Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. I didn't even notice it until you mentioned it, but yeah, I guess that dumb problem is finally busted. Thank God. For real. I heard music too. Did you hear music? Yes, that was me. For me too. I was playing a magic organ. Oh, relay? Yeah, see? There's this huge organ. That is almost certainly what she said. Wonk. Oh, shush. Anyway, this really huge pipe organ. It let me play the breeze, so to speak. I think that was the only way to get rid of all those clouds. And let the fireflies go home. This is their home, huh? I guess so. Oh, okay, okay. I just noticed that the firefly is the same. Okay. Things stop. I can't. Whatever. You just move forward, live my life. Putting two and two together is painful. Oh. I am more surprised by how my quest turned out to be, too. Or how my quest turned out to be honest. It is kind of bittersweet seeing all of Twinkly Herbert's bros and sisters going home. Twinkly who? My pet Firefly. I'm guessing this is where he was from. Oh. They all seem happy, though. Look at them all, blinking away into the blink ass yonder. Or the blank ass yonder. Yeah. Why is the sky blank, by the way? It's blank because it's nothing. Nothing? Why is it nothing? Where even are we? It's nothing because we're literally nowhere. Okay. How can you tell it's actually a field of nothingness, as opposed to just a bunch of regular empty space that happens to look vaguely neutral? How can I tell? I guess I just can. No, but how? Why don't you ask yourself? You're the one who asked me why it was blank in the first place, so why did you choose the term blank in your question? Damn, owned at the philosophies. So owned. You will find that I'm the best there is at those. It's true. I'm always getting owned at those by you and your kin. Recently, your crazy dog sister was schooling me on perfectly generic cubes. You mean generic objects? Generic fort blocks. Yes. Now you are dropping truth bombs about blank skies on me. Shouldn't I be like innately stellar at this sort of stuff as a Void player? Must be coming off slow as fuck on the uptake here, aren't I? Not really. You seem pretty smart to me. I do. Yeah. You have a funny and snappy way of talking, like Dave. But unlike that knucklehead, it seems that behind all your jokes you were probably some kind of brainiac like Rose. Whoa. Don't get me wrong, I meant knucklehead in a good way. Dave is actually the best dude. You would like him. I bet you are correct. So, Dave, he's, my son, right? Arg. Oof. I mean, yes, pretty much. Technically. Honestly, it gets weird to think about all our relations in that way sometimes. I betcha. Like when I think about you and Wolf Jade being the kids of Jane and Jake, oh my fucking god, that's so cute. So what is it you think weird about? What is it you think's weird about Dave being my son? I think we should just change the topic. All right. What were we talking about again? We were talking about blank skies and Fort blocks and suck. Oh. Keep yawning. Oh, tired. Oh yes. And you thought you should know more about things like that. As a void hero, which reminds me, do you think you're any closer to marking that alien egg? Hmm? I mean, after seeing Nyx, do you feel like a power boat or anything? Or a power boost, not a power boat. Oh my god, my mind's in shambles. A power boost? Like Mega Man? Or no, not like Mega Man. I mean, like, you're asking if she taught me to do the voidy thing. Well, did she? Nah, dude, I told you. We did our chatting some horseshit 11 Balooey tongue, and she just told me to come here. That's literally it. Go to planet if you want to live. So I did. There wasn't really any soul searching or getting in touch with my inner miracles. Oh, well, that's kind of a bummer. I hope you weren't shortchanged out of an important mystical and spiritual process of self-discovery. What? Sorry, it's just sometimes you sound so much like Jake, it's really quite uncanny. But yeah, I don't care about that really. It was either take an uneventful and non-spiritual trip to a wind planet or just stop existing altogether. I think I'll be fine without the self-discovery part. Yeah, or wait, what if this was part of it? Part of what? Your quest. Like to be here and learn to use your powers better. We are kind of in a realm of literal nothingness right now. That's a good point. Maybe you'll be able to draw in energy or inspiration from the void or whatever. Nyx, why you sly old bitch. Does that make sense? It kind of does, and kind of loads and does. Oh, sweet. I was just grasping at straws there, but now that you agree, I'm suddenly a lot more confident in my theory. Yeah, Jake. What? Oh. So why don't you try it out again? What? The egg? Like right now? Sure. Matt, to be honest, I'm a bit sick of trying to summon that ugly damn egg. How about later? I would rather just keep BSing with you for a while rather than get right down to freaking business. I guess there's really no hurry, not in this place at least. I don't think this place has any bearing on other timelines. It's almost like taking a time out from our canonical lives. So if you wanted, you could take as much time to practice here if you need, or as you need. I'm down as heck with that. Can use a breather for my canonical life. Me too, even though I'm not sure I have one anymore. Well, since we already talked about my quest, and like spiritual Mega Man style power boost and all, what about yours? How did it go? Or how did that go? How'd it go? Pretty well, I'd say. No, but I know you blew away some clouds and blanked out the sky, but the point was so you could learn to control your zappy powers. Did you? I think so, but I haven't really tried a controlled jump yet. I see. Well, when you do you think you'll jump? Where do you think you'll jump to first? I have no idea. The thought of changing the timeline is still mind-boggling to me. Well, if nothing else, you really should go grab that ring before the smug troll can take it. I mean, there was lots of problems already But her coming back to life really fucked us over to the shittiest max possible. That's right, I really wanted to go back and get the ring off my couch before I lost it. Alright, definitely. At the very least, that way you can use it to help your friend. Yep. Any other ideas? Not yet. So much has happened, it's hard to even think about. And it's not even limited to what I've been through either. I've seen a lot of other crazy stuff, just from my random jumps. Like what? Like the last place I was actually, just before I came back to find your session in ruin. Huh. I, I actually got into a pretty serious fight. Oh? With this guy, a skull kid. He's a huge asshole and a horrible artist. You saw the skull kid's drawings? Unfortunately. In fact, I was in his drawings once. It was a true nightmare come to life. I'm pretty much convinced he's the guy behind all of the problems we ever had, even though he is a complete ignoramus. Then you mean it was Callie's bro? Yeah, probably. I have a feeling someday we'll have to take him down, but probably when he grows up to be his adult self. When I beat him up, he was just a teen scamp like us. But with a skull for a head. A robot. Wait, what? Yeah. But with a skull for a head, a robot leg, a cape which I ripped to shreds, and a pair of dumb suspenders. You beat him up? Damn, y'all must be strong. Meh. Not particularly. I was just really angry and I caught him off guard drawing some shitty animes. Fuck his animes. They were quite literally the worst animes I've ever seen. I hope I hurt his drawing hand. He's never done any more ugly art for the rest of... I hope I hurt his drawing hand and he never does any more ugly art for the rest of his stupid immortal skull monster life. Yeah, I know that guy. He used to troll my friends all the time. Wait, no. Used to jeer us. He was a tool. It just occurred to me, aside from fixing the timeline, there's another benefit to my new power. Once we all decide we're ready to fight him, I can just zap us all right to him. We could take him by surprise again. I really doubt he'd be able to handle us if we all clobbered him at once. That's pretty good thinking, but maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves here. Making plans for Rumble Royales with Mangaka Dude Lord of the Shitwanks. We should probably focus on bringing our loved ones back to life first. Yeah, that's right. Oh, it's Bro Sword. Fuck. Is that Dirk's anime sword? What's up with that? This is where Dave's bro died a few years ago, probably being heroic and cool. Jade made his body disappear to bury him, but I guess she left the sword here. She and Dave Sprite and I gathered around where he was buried, and Dave Sprite said some stuff about him. Stuff that was really funny and rambly, but also weirdly poignant. I guess it was a bit like a funeral? A funeral, you say? Yeah. Oh, shit. Yoink. Okay, okay. Why does she look so cool with the sword? Anyway. You're right. Taking a break from the mayhem is nice and all, but I should probably get going. I have a lot of responsibility now. I hope I can live up to it. Well, to quote an extremely wise and hunky dude I once knew, oh man, he was so wise. I hope I don't butcher his quote, but I think it all goes a little something like, "You can handle it, John. I believe in you." Aw, thanks. Remember what I said too about practicing voidy stuff. I will. Good. Alright, cool. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Damn it. What? We're doing this again. Doing what? Being awkward instead of getting our shit in gear. Ha, whoops. Too bad grouchy scarf trolling here to coordinate another stilted goodbye. Yeah. It's just as well though. There's no need for goodbyes. If I really can control it now, I should be able to come back here anytime I want. Which means I won't come... Oh, that's a good point. He can come back literally anytime he wants. So he won't be gone long. Okay, I'll be here, waiting, training, partying with those yellow lizards. Those are salamanders. Fuck. Later, Oxy. And away he goes. Why is he flying if he's Apps? So John is officially Goku. He's just Goku now. Oh God. No. No. No way. It was really that bad. Fuck me. I didn't even notice the difference in quality until just now. But fuck me, it was really that bad. It was really that goddamn bad. It was just horrid. Yikes. No. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. I got, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, it's pretty bad, but it wasn't that bad. Like, damn, son, did that boy dirty. His eyes is all small, and it's just that's just a bad friend. The teeth are too small for whatever reason. Just you know, I'm not even. I'm gonna let it go. Let it be. Shouldn't mess around with that moment. It is way too fundamental. Let's try this again. Whoa, no, whatever's going on here, this is completely useless to history. Who's the guy? Oh. Very much not. Poor John. Let's get it together, John. You've got to go somewhere relevant. Try to think of something that will help target a certain point in time. Try to think about one of your pals. It's a weird image to use for John. Oh, it's this fight. Oh, that explains the rat. Hey, I see. Wait a minute, I remember this. Hey, you shouldn't be here, what? What the hell? Gotcha. I see. I see. Why does one have eyebrows? Weird decisions. Ah, yes, reader. Yowie. Gun. I'm into John X John. You know what? I just started thinking about that. Having time powers is the most interesting thing in the world because not only do you get to go back in time and bang yourself, but then you get to lay there as you come back around and the loop completes. Wait. How? No. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, whatever. It would work. I just anyway. Alright, stop fooling around and go find Roxy, you dumb goof. Ah, he repeated it. Who's Roxy? Ow. Wait, I can't believe how naive I was like a day ago. Feels like it's been longer than that. Hard to believe. I was so confused when that happened. I was sure the other me knew so much more than I did at the time. Which is kind of true, but also kind of not. Like, if I traveled back here in altered reality in a non-time travel-y way, then why do I remember doing it? Did I just make some sort of stable retcon loop? Does that even make sense? I think I did the right thing though, zapping my other self out of there. It was like a retroactively preemptive continuity adjustment. Retroactively preemptive? What am I even talking about? This power's kind of complicated. I need to be more careful. Got to come up with a better plan than zapping to wherever my stupid whims take me. I could really use some help with this, but who should I ask? Dave? He knows stuff about time travel, but then it's not really time travel, is it? No, I need someone with a different kind of skill. Someone who knows how the consequences of certain actions play out. Someone like Rose? Is that what her power did? I really should have taken the time to figure out what her powers did. Or maybe, wait a minute, wait. I think I understand what she was trying to do now. She was trying to give me a way to come back. Wait a minute. Oh! Ah, yeah, yeah. The way to come back, like zero in on her thought signal or something. You're a genius, Trezzy. I mean, you're a weirdo, but you're also a genius. Let me see if this works. Maybe if I just think it hard enough. Ahem. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Oh! Oh! Oh, we're finally here, huh? It's been this long and all of this and... Huh. Okay then. That is... I I am... Holy shit. I'm all levels of like... I'm a little shook. I'm a little caught off guard. Wow. That's mind-boggling. Like... Oof. That's oof. That's just oof. Wow. Okay. Okay. Hey Mina. Any idea where we are now? I don't know. Do you think this could be the Dark Carnival? Nah, this shit ain't real. It's made up religious belief. Or that shit ain't real. It's a made up religious belief pimped out by trash clowns. Are you sure? Shell, yes. Be fake as shit. Of course, the religious beliefs themselves are real, making it convenient for anyone who want to exploit those delusions for her own badass objectives. like pulling in clams hand over flipper and ruthlessly subjugating the general public. I mean, not that I'd ever bother with a dope scheme like that, just saying. Okay, I can be that guy. Or, wait, what? Okay, yeah, Vriska. I can buy that there's no such place as the dork. Fuck! The Dark Carnival and totally get behind being get behind slamming the beliefs of people I dislike. But really, whose memory do you think this place is from? Fishka, how long you been dead now? I don't remember, to be honest. But you still ask questions like that. Whose brain this is from? Where that noise originate? I'm just curious. This is such an odd thing to encounter. Who experienced this? Some alt version of Karkat's lame ancestor? A chess creature from a distant unrelated session after its post-reckoning gateway? Who then repopulated a dead planet and started building amusement parks? I just tend to wonder things. It's my nature. It could be anything. Could even be a random patchwork of 50 different memories all contributing to no fin that ever existed in particular. Who cares where they are? Or where they are from? I guess now that you mention it, I don't actually. At all. Maybe I was just making conversation. Sometimes I just want to shoot the breeze with you. You're cute. Yeah, so I've heard. The point is, you gotta stop, you gotta keep looking at the double junk. What? Whatever, vet the bubble junk and take it. Oh, yeah, take it in a stroke no matter how messed up it is or how much you think it shouldn't exist. Oh, fuck, God. Oh. You're so helpful, Banjo. Thank you. Fucking D-bubble. Okay, you know what? The use of fucking language in this goddamn comic is so fucking wild. It goes from left and right and god damn it. Anyway, yeah, okay, the dream bubble junk. Take it in stroke no matter how messed up it is or how much you think it shouldn't exist. Take it in stroke, yeah, like swimming stroke instead of a walking stride, like fish and shit. I knew what you meant, I was just teasing. Why, I oughta. So do you want to hang out here a while, or fuck off to some lesser ostentatious hodgepodge of memories? Dunno, does it look fun to you? I don't know. Does it look fun to you? Kinda does. Oops, excuse me. Yeah, it kinda really does. Yeah. All I have to say is Homestuck as a series far from dyslexic accessible, and I feel for anyone suffering from it who tries to read it. So what do you want to do first? Go on this slowly rotting. Oh, see? Here's a great fucking example. Rotating. Not rotting, rotating. But for whatever reason, like, I can't process the eights as numbers in my shit doesn't make sense. It's like potato and chili. It's not wrong, it's just not correct. Alright. Slowly rotating horse cylinder. Fuck no. Agreed. I think I hate horses, actually. They sort of creep me out. Yeah? I had a weird experience one time where I was surrounded by a bunch of horses for no reason. And it was the most ominous fucking thing ever. Oh, I added a word there. Oh well. I think I've just decided that being surrounded by horses might be the ultimate bad omen. Nothing good can ever follow or precede those circumstances. I've never seen a horse. Except, I guess, the robot kind. Would not recommend. Sounds like a nightmare. Nah, just like a mediocre situation prompting a bored thumbs down. Yeah, so scratch the horse a whirl? That's out. Do any other rides sound fun to you? No. No? Come on, V-Circ. You don't go to amusement parks to hit up a bunch of rides for wigglers. Oh, sorry, Your Royal Highness. I forgot about the standards I was dealing with here. Then what do you do? Huh? You just shit around acting cool, not giving a fuck, being all round punk and hassling people who look at you crooked. What people? Well, the other ghosts who eventually show up or don't. Who cares? That's fair. You know, it's been nice having you around to remind me that nothing's actually worth worrying about anymore. It's still easy to forget sometimes. But seriously, we should do something fun here. Come on, let's keep looking around. What about that? What? The tattoo place. Do you want to do that? Do what? You can get a tattoo. No. This sounds great. You should totally get one. It would suit your look and like your whole punk brand so perfectly. Actually, I'm surprised you don't have one already. What makes you think I don't? Wait, do you? Of course I do. Where? Can I see? Pfft, only if you're lucky. Didn't anyone ever tell you luck is kind of my specialty? Oh, god damn it. I forgot luck's just as much your shit as it was Two-Face. What's her circ? Okay. Now, I'm picking that, I don't know, what's the thing you pick at? I'm picking at scabs here. That's a horrible saying that should never be repeated by anyone. Anyway, but nitpicking here, but how do they have tattoos in their culture? I'm almost entirely sure that it has never come up before in any way, shape, or form that they have tattoos. So, like, how did tattoos just come up and it's a thing they fully understand? And I guess technically their culture wasn't that entirely fucked, but, like, you telling me in goddamn troll culture somebody's goddamn purpose in life was to open up a tattoo shop and just ink all the local trolls? Okay, whatever. Just. Also, how the fuck did she get a tattoo in her castle? What I'm not an expert on the lore here, so I'm just not going to go too deep. Hey, this is some water. My mouth is dry. Alright. Why don't you get one? Me? Yeah. If you think getting inked up sounds so chill, then how about you first? But I don't like tattoos. Why not? Because yeah, see, okay, you make a good point, but yeah, I guess there was a period in which she wasn't in her moon palace, but yeah, I don't know what's. It just still seems weird to me, but they also have weird role playing games, so yeah. Alright, but I don't like tattoos. Why not? Because, I don't know actually. It's just an opinion I remember feeling strongly about one point. Well, do you still? I guess? Ugh. I remember having some trumped up opinion about like how bad they look, or how they looked bad, or about trying too hard, or I don't even know really, like ruining your body with some lame thing you'll regret one day. Ooh. Excuse me. You don't even have a body. I know. Well, I do. I mean, we do, just not in the same way that felt so direly important. During our brief and embarrassing stints with mortality, I guess now that I think about it, it doesn't feel as big of a deal anymore. And maybe it was just a totally stupid opinion to begin with. I'm down with that conclusion. What'll it be then? You mean whether I should get one? No, if you want to buy a whale. Yes, do you want to get a sweet tat or no? I don't know. What should I even get? Def something nautical. Nautical, eh? Well, there's a shocking suggestion if I ever heard one. Yes, it is a curveball. I know. A curveball, not a curveball. But I like keeping suckers on their toes. It's not a bad suggestion, actually, even if it quite literally is the only one you're capable of giving at any moment. I do genuinely love pirate stuff. Aw, hard to smile. God. Okay, you talked me into it. I'm gonna do it. I'm excited. Oh my god, yay. Two Johns. What is going on here? What should I go? Yes, me. I mean, yes, John. Wow, it's kind of weird talking to myself. I'm not sure if I'm a very big fan of the experience. Tell me about it. But yeah, you should get going. Teresa's experiment worked. You'll find out all about it later. I will? Actually, I'm not sure. Now that I changed how things happened for you, you might not get the idea to come back here like I did. Which I guess makes this situation a true paradox. Unlike all those lame stable time loops Dave makes. So what does that actually mean for me? What am I supposed to do now? I don't know what it means. Unfortunately, you may not be relevant anymore. I'm the John who's learning to use his flashy powers to reconstruct the timeline, so that responsibility is on my shoulders now, not yours. Sorry, I'm just keeping it real. Well, who really knows how it will turn out? Maybe you'll still have important things to do. I don't have all I don't have all the answers. I just know Terezi and I have to talk now, so you should go. Where? Where you were about to go anyway. Go see Typhus. Go do the quest thing. It worked out great. Well, at least for me. Okay, I will. I do hope that I still get to be relevant, but I will understand if it turns out not to be the case. That's the spirit. Nerds. So, that thing we did with the password, can we use that trick to our advantage? We can use that trick to our advantage, right? That's the idea. If we come up with a list of key thoughts, you should be able to do what you just did and zero in on some of my memories and change a few things. Like what? Good question. We have all made a lot of mistakes. I could name a dozen terrible stupid people. I could name a dozen stupid things. I can name a dozen terrible stupid things people have done just off the top of my head. Which if spare wait no, which if erased, holy shit. Stop mixing letters and numbers unless it's a postal code. Which even then, I'm pretty sure most of the world doesn't exactly use that system, so that's a very vague reference that no one else will get. Actually, now I'm interested in postal codes. Give me a quick second here. So do people postal codes? I don't know. Let's go Europe, EU postal codes. So, So how many? Who uses letters? This is actually the most interesting thing that I've randomly found out. But it seems that very few countries in the world use numbers in their postal codes. Most of the world uses numbers. So, even more so, that is a very vague reference that very few people will understand because it is almost solely a Canadian thing. But 3R4S3D is actually a valid Canadian, like, I'm pretty sure. No, my bad. It's off. If it was D, look, if I put the D in front of there, I swear to God, it's a valid Canadian zip code. Like, let's just come on. Let's see. Where is this place in Canada? It's not quite. Not quite. Yeah, see, the mailman is taking control of the world. No amount of retcons can stop the mail. The mail is going to overthrow. It is slowly controlling us through our actions. The mailman is making us lazy by delivering our packages. This is how they will make us weak, and this is how they will overthrow. On that note, let us continue. All right. That's the idea. If we come up with a list of key thoughts, you should be able to do what you just did and zero in on some of my memories and change a few things. Like what? Good question. We have all made a few Fuck! We have all made a lot of mistakes. I could name a dozen terrible, stupid things people have done just off the top of my head, which, if erased, would probably improve the situation. And yet, I don't feel like I have the credibility to hold anyone accountable other than myself. I think I would feel like a hypocrite if I tried to fix other people's mistakes. Oof. Okie dokie. I didn't mean to slander PM, but the mail is making us weak. The mail takes care of us in a way that is too strong. Yeah, I know what you mean. When I try to think of what to fix, all I can do is look back on what I did wrong. I never should have let that ring out of my sight. Going back and getting the ring is the first thing we should do, right? I guess that one is kind of a no-brainer. Besides, I promised Roxy I'd get it. I kind of blew it last time I told her I'd get it. So maybe I shouldn't mess that up again. Huh. What do you think, Trezzy? But other than that, the sky's the limit. Really, what do we do? Do I go back to when we were just starting to play the game and give us some advantages? But then messing up our session causes this whole chain reaction. We never would have met the trolls or had any reason to scratch the session. And if we didn't scratch the session, there would have been an alternate reality where Roxy and her pals got to play, thereby meeting us. When you start looking back and realizing how interrelated everything is, it's starting to feel like an overwhelming job to fix it. On the one hand, you don't want to change so much the reality you create is barely recognizable. You want to keep everything as similar as possible so you get to keep all the lessons you learned and the important experiences you had with your friends. On the other hand, if you aren't going to change something substantial enough to make a real difference, why bother at all? It's like go big or go home, Sort of a catch-22 when you think about it. Is any of this making sense? Trezzy? Trezzy? What? Were you listening to a word I just said? Not really. Come on, Trezzy, get it together. I was saying some really deep and insightful stuff, probably. I bet Roxy would have thought it was. What are you doing? Are you writing on your scarf in blood? Who's calling? You know what? Let's pick up this phone real quick. Wow, so they're still calling my house. They're trying to sell air duct cleaning services again. It's rather annoying. This is why you shouldn't have a home phone. Anywho. What are you doing? Writing on your scarf in blood? Here. What the hell is this? A list of instructions. Just focused on all of these key thoughts in exactly this order. For each one, do exactly what it tells you, and then quickly move on to the next one until you are done. Huh? Every change I am telling you to make will have incredibly subtle consequences. However, they will be absolutely essential for creating a more favorable outcome. But only if you follow my instructions to the letter, no questions asked. Wow, but how do you know these are the exact right things to change? I said no questions asked. Okay, geez, I was just curious. You asked me to use my powers to help you. That is what I'm doing. But it is now your job to trust me and do what I say. It is? Clearly. This bloody scarf contains secret wisdoms of the mind, which for lowly human Wind Boy could never dare to fathom. And now the Wind Boy must embrace his role as the wayward hare, unbound from this. Fuck! Give me a minute. This is hurting my eyes. I can't. There are so many numbers in this sentence. Unbound from the ties of causality and put all his faith in a fallen seer to bring redemption to us all. Ha ha, okay, now I know you're full of shit. I'm this close to looking for a translator extension that just fixes the fucking text. Yes, but could you please just take the fucking scarf and do what I say? Alright, why not? This is a lot of instructions. All of these will take me to certain events in your life. Ideally, yes. Well, at least you have a plan. Who am I to say it doesn't, or it isn't the right one? Nobody. Oh snap, Trezzy. Did you know, even though you're a weirdo and we probably wouldn't get along most of the time, I kinda missed you? You were one of the first trolls I ever talked to. We got off on a weird foot with your death threats and jokey antagonism, and it's almost like we never stopped being on that foot. It makes me nostalgic for the simpler times. Do you remember when you made me those maps to follow? In a way, following your instructions will be like that tomfoolery all over again. I do remember. The maps I sent you were cartographic masterstrokes and represented a shining example for all who would aspire to hoax gullible dweebs everywhere. But let's not waste good sentimentality here. You are about to stroll down memory lane with me in a much more literal sense, whereas I... One moment. Huh? You'll need one more thing for your journey. What is your favorite color? That was a rhetorical question, numbnuts. Damn. Here. Good luck, Egbert. Not that you'll need it. Why not? Because we make our own luck, and you're about to prove that. That's really fucking dark. I've heard of digging your own grave, but drawing your own outline is pretty fucking morbid. I agree. God, you are so fucking weird. I agree again. Hey, yo, steal those shoes, John. That's what you should have done. Alright, I got one more arc in me, and then I'm gonna go move on with my day because it's been like 2.5 hours. I didn't expect to be here this long. But we gotta figure it out. Jane, excuse me. Apologies for the intrusion, but I seem to be lost. Could you please tell me where I am? Jane! Oops, sorry. I am not terribly experienced with the practice of in-person expressions of friendship. Jane, don't be frightened. It is me, Callie. Of course, oh my goodness, what a wonderful surprise. Come here, you. This is an expression of in-person friendship. We Earthlings refer to as hug. Yes. Forgive me, I don't recall your telling me you were named Callie. Come to think of it, I hardly remember anything at all. Not even how I got here. I would not fret over it. Your memory should begin to return in due time. Jade here has been remembering all sorts of things as we record her memories in our storybook. Hi, Jane. Hello there. Why don't you join us? I'm sure you will have much to add to our story. I'd love to. I feel as though I could use a rest. I'm quite exhausted for some reason. I must have been walking along that yellow path for longer than I can remember. I said the same thing when I got here too. It's true. Pardon me though. I cannot recall for the life of me whether you mentioned your friend to me, or that you were both trolls. Ah, but we are not trolls. Nope. These are our troll sonas. Troll sonas, you say? Callie helped me make mine. Aren't we adorable? You truly are. Say, you don't suppose I could make a troll sona too? Nope. Alright, fuck it. I said I'd do one more, and unfortunately, that's where I'm gonna stop. We're gonna take the break. We're coming back to this deep, heavy shit of John motherfucking Neg. Fuck it. Let's keep going. No. It's too long, and I'll come back later. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna go poop. I do need to poop, so I'll be back. Possibly. Who knows? We'll see.